I want to talk about Gavi. We have been praising the Joao brothers. We have also talked about Lewandowski and how he's getting back into form. We have talked about Alejandro Balde, Koundé, Frankie de Jong, and many players. But the one player that I think has been overlooked has been Gavi. Yes, it's true that Gavi did not participate in any single goal from that 5-0 win against Real Betis, but that does not mean that Gavi was not effective. Gavi, if anything, was very effective and was one of the reasons on why Barcelona were able to recover the ball fast as possible and go on the counter. And so let's talk about that, right? Because it's just really important to know exactly who has been one of our most key players. And just to give you guys some context on where Gavi did come from, I just want to say this. Gavi entered the scenes in 2021. We knew he was going to be special because of the way that he played and how much determination he had on the pitch. And in the past 2 years, he has been shuffled in terms of where he was going to be at in the starting 11. We saw him as a central midfielder sometimes, as a right winger at some point. We saw him as a false left winger, or what we call it, a fourth midfielder. So we saw him play in multiple positions, and the one thing that fascinated us the most was the fact that Gavi was able to play in all of those positions successfully. He was very effective always by combining with the other players, pressuring the opposition, attacking the spaces. Gavi did the job and he got the job done, and that is why today he is a Golden Boy winner. He got called up to the Spanish national team a year and a half ago, and just at the age of 17 years old, it was a moment for every Barcelona fan to see that Gavi was going to go to that national team at such a young age. And then he already won La Liga with FC Barcelona. So he does have a true winner mentality. And because of all of this success that he has been accumulating over the past year and a half to 2 years, the trolls were coming in, and they came in strong. And you especially see that on Twitter. Many people have been saying Gavi has no technique, he's not good on the ball, all he does is defend and tackle and foul and that and nothing more. He's not a special player. All he is just a mid version of Vidal or a mid version of Kanté. Just no ball distribution. Bellingham is better, Camavinga is better, Musiala is better. Gavi is just a trash player. Like, that is what we have been hearing from the media on Twitter, or what we call it today, X. Many trolls are on there just trashing on this 18-year-old superstar. Like, if you go on Twitter and then you just search up Gavi and you look at all of the tweets that mentions the name Gavi, you can see that many are saying he's not as good as Xavi and Iniesta, he won't make it to that level, he doesn't have the creativity, Pedri's better, and Gavi is going to be substituted out more and more constantly as Barcelona get better, and Gavi is eventually going to get sold because he's not what Xavi needs. It's just a bunch of like hate and toxic negativity. And let me tell you guys, the same thing is happening with Lamine Yamal. Like, Lamine Yamal just started this season for like a month and a half, and you can already see the amount of hate Lamine Yamal is accumulating already. Many are saying Lamine Yamal is overrated, Barcelona just like to hype up their youngsters, La Masia is nothing, and just a bunch of things. And so why am I telling you guys this? So recently, Gavi put out a star performance against Real Betis, and that performance was important because it showcased what he could be and why he will not be moving anywhere from FC Barcelona. No matter who you bring in the next 4 to 5 years, any world-class central midfielder, Gavi would not be able to get substituted off or be excluded from the project. Gavi against Real Betis won 9 duels and made 7 tackles against Real Betis, and also at the same time helped Barcelona get into the final third, which is the most important thing. Xavi even said after the match was over during the post-match press conference, and he said this, and I quote, "It's hard for me to take Gavi off the pitch. He's fast, he makes recoveries, great pressures, he's the heart of the team." And so the fact that Xavi has admitted that it's hard for Gavi to be out of the match, it's showing us that he does need Gavi. Even though Xavi knows that Gavi needs rest, Gavi just continues to show why he cannot be substituted out. And let me tell you why. He gives exactly what's currently needed during a certain phase of the match. So like, for example, if Barcelona need to score early, Gavi is going to be the first player there to create in the final third. If Barcelona do not have possession and they need to take the ball away from the opposition, Gavi is going to be the first player there to steal the ball immediately and fast. Like within the first 1 to 2 seconds, he will get the ball due to his great physicalness and his great composure. Or if Barcelona is in a occasion where Barcelona have to defend a 2-1 lead or a 1-0 lead, right? So like those like very hectic moments, and we know that at any moment the opposition can score, Gavi will be the first player there to put his head against the ball when the opposition is about to kick that ball. Gavi will be there to defend with all of his spirit. And that is why Xavi does say that it's hard to take Gavi out, because he gives you exactly what you need during a certain situation. He turns into that player. So he matches his intensity with the occasion of the match. And it's so fascinating to see. And so this is the reason why many of us just do not see Gavi ever being benched by a player or being sold to a different club. And this is also what's going to take Gavi to the next level, is this fighting spirit that he has and this ability to always one up his game. And I think that once Gavi does get more experience, I would say maybe give it about 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 more years, I did put out this tweet and I said that Gavi is slowly converting into a Kante. But just think about Kante, but with much better ball distribution and able to make those key passes into the box. But he's definitely becoming a lot like Kante in terms of aggressiveness, intensity, stealing the ball away, intercepting, counter-pressing. Gavi has it all, just like how Kante was 4 to 5 years ago in his prime. I don't believe that Gavi will end up someone like Modric, because we know that Modric is also another intensity pressing monster. But Modric, I always saw him as a very aggressive number 8 than a aggressive number 6. Gavi, in my opinion, is starting to look like a very aggressive number 6, someone who enjoys to play much deeper than he usually does when he is a false left winger, because against Real Betis, he played in his true position and he played amazing. Gavi currently, in terms of tackles, is in second place in La Liga in terms of the amount of tackles they have put out on the field. Jose Gaya is number 1, and then you have Juan Foyth, Jose Perez, Alfonso Espino, and many other defenders. Gavi is a midfielder. So Gavi at just 19 years old has a lot of room to grow. Who knows who this player could become, but he's really starting to become someone like Kante. Now, to be very honest, the last time Barcelona had someone very similar to Gavi, it was Vidal, except Vidal did not show the great capacity to carry the ball into the final third. Gavi knows how to do that. And again, this is the reason why I'm trying to explain to you guys why Gavi is so special and why he will be immovable, is the fact that I continue to say, oh, he seems like a player like Vidal or a player like Kante, but only if those two players had ball carrying abilities and great key pass ability, they would have looked a lot like Gavi, because that is what Gavi is today. But here's going to be the most important thing about this whole conversation. This young, energetic player and high intensity player inspires the whole team, because when Barcelona are suffering during a 1-0 lead or a 2-1 lead, and we have the opposition having the ball, almost scoring goals against us and almost having us concede a goal, the one player that steps up, it is Gavi. Gavi is the one slide tackling, intercepting the ball, and moving the play forward in a very aggressive way, trying to outbody the opposition, and that does enlight many of the players around Gavi, like Frankie, Rafinha, Lewandowski, whoever is there, right? Ferran Torres, Koundé, Araujo. You can just really feel that change in energy when he does get involved into these sequences. And not only does he bring his energy and intensity into certain plays and duels, but he also brings it during celebrations. So when we saw Joao Felix and Joao Cancelo score their goals, the one player that was always there first, it was Gavi. And even when Lewandowski scored the goal, right, Gavi was the first one there to just jump on the player, and he just looked very energetic, very hyperactive, and you can just feel that type of energy and motivation from Gavi. It really does inspire many of the players. And that was one of my favorite moments of that match. It was the fact that every time either Joao Felix or Joao Cancelo or Lewandowski or Rafinha scored, all of the players ran to that player. They all looked so hyped and so excited that they have achieved their goal. So this spirit and winning mentality, it is like so back at this club. You can just really feel it. You can feel it through the TV. So it's like they have the winning mentality back, but on steroids. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but can you imagine once Barcelona gets Vitor Roque, Araujo, and Pedri back, what this team could become? I strongly think Xavi has the capacity to start an 11 where you can include Gavi, Frankie, Pedri, Araujo, Koundé, Balde, Cancelo, Ferran, Joao Felix, and Lewandowski in the starting 11 with a 4-3-3 formation. I strongly think that we will see that eventually once we have all of our players back. So what a time to be a Barcelona fan. So that is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.